bud. You knew what you were supposed to do, and you didn't do it. So you're grounded for a week.
No TV? For 9 whole days?
Dude, a burnout light bulb is brighter than you. What's up everybody? Welcome back to the Danonator channel. Today's video is sponsored by Auxbeam. Auxbeam is a leading manufacturer of LED lights, light bars, headlights, replacement bulbs, LED work lights, fog lights, emergency strobes, motorcycle lights, as well as various auto parts and accessories. I want to again thank Auxbeam for sponsoring this channel by sending me some lights to review. I'm really excited about these because these are their new F-16 Plus series LED headlamps that I'm going to be putting on my 2003 Chevy Trailblazer. Let's take a closer look. Alright, so what Auxbeam sent me was the 2006 and the 2005 modeled headlights. And what that refers to is the bulb number. It's either the low beam or the high beam bulb. This bulb on the right is the high beam, and it's model number 9005. It also has an HB3 code on there, so the bulbs with those numbers, that's the high beam. And then over here we've got the 9006 HB4. So these bulbs are the direct replacements for the 9005 and 9006. You can see that there are tabs that match, and the diameter of the O-ring is the same for the high beam and the same for the low beam. So each box contains a set of 2 bulbs and 2 canvas drivers. So we're going to take a look at the low beams here real quick and look at the design of the bulb itself. This is a really neat looking design. If you want to compare it to the original halogen, it's not terribly much bigger than the original bulb. So this is a really compact design. I'm really digging it. We can see the LED chip is right there. It's got a very thin post that the LEDs are connected to. At its narrowest point, it's 1.2 millimeters thick where the LEDs are attached, and that causes a much wider viewing angle. And according to Auxbeam, they consider this their chip-focused beam technology that puts the light out in front, it focuses it more, and they claim it to be less dazzling in the eyes of oncoming traffic. It's pretty lightweight. You can see it's got a nice golden color, and what's nice about this, it's made out of aircraft-grade aluminum, and it's got this cooling fan integrated to the back to keep this thing cool. That aluminum is a really good thermal conductor. It keeps the heat away from the bulbs, allowing it to have a nice long lifespan. The instructions tell you have to have about a ½ inch to 1.25 inches of space for the cooling fan. We certainly don't want this thing up against something and not cool the light down and it prematurely fails. So with this compact design, you've got a little bit more room to work with, helping to ensure that this thing can stay cool and last a long time. Now they say that this fan is 30% quieter than their other models, and this little ball bearing cooling fan can rotate 10,000 revolutions per minute and ensures maximum heat dissipation and prolongs the life of the bulb. They say it can last up to 50,000 hours. So that's pretty impressive.
Sweet!
As a pair of these things can put out 7,000 lumens of light. It has a 6,000 Kelvin color temperature, so it's a nice bright white light, and each bulb is 35 watts apiece. Now each bulb comes with its own canvas driver. Now these things are important because it's basically telling the car's computer that there's no issue with the light. These bulbs don't run on as much power as the traditional halogen bulbs run, so if you didn't have this canvas driver, your computer would basically say that there's something wrong with the headlight, and you'd have maybe an indicator on your dashboard where the light may not come on. Whatever the case may be, this thing helps resolve that. So this is a very important feature for these bulbs. You have to have this for these things to work properly. And you get 2 of these in a set, and they're really easy to plug in. You got to line up the tab to the groove, plug it in like that, and then you got a screw that goes over here and it tightens it down, and you saw that red rubber O-ring right there that keeps that connection from getting any moisture in it. So these lights are ready to install. Let's go ahead and throw these on to the Trailblazer and just see how easy it is to install them and get a look at these compared to the halogens, and we'll run a couple of tests showing the before and after. So let's get to it. Alright, we're ready to install the bulbs. I'm going to just pop off the grill. It's really easy to do. Mine's half broken already anyway. I'm going to go ahead and just take the whole headlamp assemblies out. Scratch the paint, doggone it. Pop that lever up. Bulb there. Alright, we've got our wiring harness to unplug here. And one to twist and pull right there. Alright, we're going after our low beam, so just twist it to the left, it pops out. Now I'm going to take the pigtail off of it. Plug that in, tighten down the little screw. You can see that the plugs match. Slide that puppy in, and we're good. Alright, now we'll pull out the high beam. Pop off that cover. You can't have these with these bulbs because of the fans. They need to breathe because these lights will get hot. Twist and pull those out. So go ahead and line up the tabs. Twist it to the right. Line up the tab and the groove. All plugs together, same as the low beam again. Alright, so now we're ready to throw this on the Trailblazer. So we'll see what the new LEDs look like compared to the halogens. Okay, we're just going to reverse the process to put everything back. Twist. Okay, so all the bulbs are all plugged back in. I've got the canvas drivers through the 2 circles of this hard plastic headlight assembly retainer. Go ahead and drop that. Okay, so we've got both pigtails plugged in. Canvas drivers are just laying down there. No big deal. So put the grill on and then we'll fire up the lights. Take a look at what the halogen looks like versus the new LED. There's a positive and negative. I went ahead and plugged it in on that side to begin with. Well, now I flipped it over, plugged it in this way, and connected on that little tab, and I think we're in business. All right, let's try this again. And there's just absolutely no question the LED is so much brighter. The halogen looks orange. This LED is bright white, it's crisp, it has a really good sharp look to it. And the halogen, it looks kind of dull. Again, there's the high beam. Definitely a much bigger, brighter beam pattern with these LEDs. So you're going to get a lot more coverage on the road. All right, you can take a look at this beam pattern on my garage door. The LED light is significantly bigger and brighter than the halogen. Have to excuse my headlights, they're a little unlevel. This vehicle has hit a deer before. So anyway, the halogen was nice and orange and the LED was bright, crisp white, nice big beam pattern on the door. Yeah, there's the side-by-side comparison. So let's take this thing out on the road and we'll show you more comparisons. We'll run it with just halogens and then we'll run it with just LEDs and we'll compare the difference. Again, here you can see the difference in the color quality. The halogen bulbs have more of an orange tint to it, and the Auxbeam lights are the 6,000 Kelvin, almost daylight color balance, and you can see some pretty good contrast with the Auxbeam as Bane gets his mail here. Oh, well, looky there. Bane got his Daninator merch. You can be cool just like Bane and get you some Daninator merch. Check out the link in the description below. Bane, you left the package on the ground there behind you. You gonna get that? No, you want me to get it? No, never mind, I'll get it. I'll get it. Alright, you'll see the situation right here. I'm getting ready to flip on the halogen high beams. And you can see that the halogens high beams are just a smidge brighter than the Auxbeam low beams. And when I flip the Auxbeam brights on, you'll see that it lights the road up really well, as well as the sides of the road. can see in this example with the Auxbeam lights, this thing can really throw light way out in front of you in the road. They claim about a 490-foot light reach, which is impressive. Well, there you have it. That's the new F-16 Plus series LED headlamps from Auxbeam on my 2003 Chevy Trailblazer. I gotta tell you, I really like these bulbs, and I'll give you 5 reasons why. Number 1, I like the new and improved design to focus the beam a little bit more forward instead of scattering it about as much, blinding oncoming traffic. What I've noticed about the headlight assemblies for halogen bulbs, when you put an LED bulb in or a high intensity bulb, they really do scatter the light quite a bit. With these super bright bulbs, you may need to go after some aftermarket headlamp assemblies that are meant more for high intensity bulbs or LED bulbs. Obviously, the headlight assembly on my Trailblazer is designed a bit differently than my Silverado. There's a little bit of a silver focusing cup on the inside for the low beams. I think that definitely helped focus the beam a little bit more forward, but the high beam socket doesn't have that, so you can definitely tell that the light is a lot more focused over what I had tested on my W series lights on my Silverado. You can check the link in the description for that video if you want to compare it to the new F-16 Plus. Anyway, that's what I really like about these bulbs, is an improved design to focus the beam a little bit more forward and less scattered. Alright, the second thing I really like about these lights is just the light quality. The amount of light, the color, the contrast, is super clear, super white light that comes out of these. You can see a long ways down the road with these bulbs. They say it has 150 meters, or basically 492 feet of light throw, so you can see way out in front of you. So if something gets in the road ahead of you, you have plenty of time to see it and react and be able to avoid an accident or something. And that's really great for me because I live out in the rural road and there are animals that pop out of the road, deer, raccoons, possums, Sasquatch, whatever. They pop out of the road constantly and you always have to be on your toes. Especially if you're getting older like me and you're having trouble seeing at night, these really do brighten up the road, and I gotta say, I love the contrast and the clarity that comes out of these light bulbs. The third thing that I like about these lights is that they're just super easy to install. If you get the correct model number for your vehicle, you just unplug the halogen, plop in your LED bulb, give it a twist, plug in your canvas driver, and then properly connect your electrical connection to it, and boom, you're done. Alright, the fourth thing I like about the F-16 Plus series headlights is their compact size. These little dudes pack a punch even for a small size. You do have to worry about the space between the fan and the inner frame of your vehicle. With these being as compact as they are, there was plenty of room. I didn't have to worry about any airflow getting to the cooling fan, so that these bulbs can stay cool and last a long time. Alright, the fifth thing I like about these bulbs are its fair price. If you're like me, you're budget conscious, and if you're wanting to upgrade your headlamps to LED bulbs, you've likely have gone through the internet and searched and seen what kind of bulbs are available and what kind of price range they are. And if you look at all the competitions, you can tell that some of these bulbs can get really pricey. Auxbeam does have these listed as low as $62.99 on their website, low beams and high beams. You're looking at 2 boxes at about 63 bucks a piece, so it's over $120 for 2 boxes. Now, it's definitely not cheap, but considering what else is on the market, it's a pretty fair price. Auxbeam is offering the Daynator viewers 15% off these F-16 Plus series headlamps if you go to auxbeam.com, use the coupon code AUXF16P, or use the link in the description below, and again, save 15% off of your order. Well, that's going to do it for this video. Thanks again to Auxbeam for sending these lights and offering a coupon code to the Dana Nation. Again, save 15% off using the coupon code AUXF16P, or use the link in the description below. Well, that'll wrap it up. Thanks for watching. Check out my channel. Subscribe if you're so inclined. Hit that like button below. Leave some feedback in the comments section. And as always, God bless. Thank you for watching. Hit that like switch on your way out. See you next time.
No TV? For 9 whole days? My life is over!